is there any true religious relics out there? And if there are, is there any religious relics here in Austin? I would like to go visit if there's any in here in Austin. And I see we have a caller on the line already, and his name is Dave, and let's see if we can find him. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Ray. First off, I would say there's a lot of religious relics. I mean, the Turin or whatever, the Old Testament and the New Testament are religious relics.
You think the actual Testament, the book itself, is
the books are. I mean, it's not to say that they're, valid or invalid as far as being the words of God. It's just that they're ancient works about God, supposedly, and these kind of things.
Well,
I agree with you. I agree with the atheist position that organized religion, causes a lot of harm.
Thank you. I do recognize your voice, Dave.
Yeah. Hey.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hadn't heard from you in a while.
Good to see you. I'm doing pretty good now and all that. But I had another topic for you. I don't know if you want to touch on this. Personally, I consider myself an agnostic.
All right.
Which is, I don't know what I don't know kind of thing.
Okay.
But I do believe in like a spiritual essence for things. And I know that some people who, say they're atheists, kind of feel that way, or at least are somewhat agnostic about the existence of something. They just don't want to take the word of someone else for what that is. Can any of y'all touch on that as far as religion versus spiritualism or spirituality, and how they've been convoluted and distorted?
Well, you want to touch on that, Joe?
I don't see much difference, really. I mean, if you can define religion as the pursuit of, or the actual rituals and everything else that go along with the supernatural part, if there's a supernatural idea involved, then the spirituality part also will fall into that definition. And everything that I've seen from spirituality seems to be just basically a refined version of any other religion.
Yeah, well, you're cutting out. I'm having a real hard time hearing you.
Not on the needle, I'm hearing it.
Said you're cutting out.
You get me at all?
Oh.
Okay, I'll bring this a little closer.
Oh, we're having a microphone, but can you hear him, Dave?
I can hear you real good, but the other two are real soft, real
We'll have to shout a little louder.
Well, we'll just sing out.
Could be.
No.
I appreciate the advice there. So back to the religious relics. So I appreciate that, your question there or whatever. When we discuss religious relics, there are people out there at one point in time that are actually selling pieces of wood that were actually part of, supposedly, the cross that Jesus was nailed on. There's people that have wood from Noah's Ark.
As long as people are going to be gullible enough to believe in something like that, then I would say they qualify as a religious relic, because I mean it's like the golden calf story.
Right.
That's a religious relic. Granted the Bible calls it pagan and stuff like that, but it's I mean, when you look at the different religions, I mean, they're all just cutthroat towards each other, and that's a lot of the source of the problems of organized religion, in my opinion.
I appreciate your opinion.
But do any of y'all believe in anything that's beyond the realm of current science? I mean, for example, or on the edges of beyond the realm of current science,
You mean like supernatural?
ESP, the telekinesis, or any of that kind of stuff.
I believe there's answers that we haven't found yet for for such phenomena as you discussed as ESP and telekinesis. But I also believe that there's a lot of fakes out there that are claiming ESP power that are just using old magician tricks and everything else, you know, mind reading tricks and things like that that have been out there for years to supposedly prove that they can read minds and everything else. So, but there's a lot to science. Science will tell you they don't have all the answers, but they're constantly striving to find those answers. Whereas opposed to religion, just saying they have all the answers, we're done looking. Here's the answers. Quit looking. And
Yeah. That's the one thing that I think is highly another thing that I think is highly destructive about it is like the concept of not challenging or not looking further, not digging deeper. You know,
right.
That, you know, hey, you're challenging the Word of God or something. You know, which is a ridiculous thing in the first place. Because I mean, if there is a God, I mean, wouldn't God have given us a mind to think? You know, I mean, or why do we have this? Why do we have this thing? You know.
And also, the Bible tells you that any other book is blasphemy. If you, you know, the Bible has all the answers, and it tells you right in there not to look anywhere else. And
you're the chosen ones.
They are the chosen people and everything else.
Yeah.
So,
all right, well, keep up the good work. Good to see you, man.
I appreciate your call. You have a good day.